record. Sally's gone to get a brew. Look at that. She's gone. That's well, I'll make a start. Today I'll waffle a little bit at first, so Sally's got time to fill her mug and come back. So today's our Mindful Monday meditation, where we're going to start with some relaxation, some meditation types thing. Then we're going to look at the next technique, meditation technique within Reiki, which is Yoshinko Kyoho. Can't tell you how long I've been sitting here practicing getting that, so it just trips off the tongue. Which means pure mind, breath, method. So it is a method of purifying the mind through the breath. Um, and then we'll finish with our loving kindness meditation. I'm not like last week. I think I kind of got carried away with the talking about Reiki bit. So the idea is it's more meditation than talking. So I will. This that we're going to do this week fits together with a number of other techniques to create one whole technique. So this is just part of one, and so we will look at that. It's a nice technique. You've probably encountered very similar things in many places, because when you strip it all away, most of this stuff's all the same. Um, but yeah, so we'll be doing that one today. Sally's still not back. So I am gonna make a start. She knows, she's been coming since the beginning. She knows how to slot in. So let's begin. Let's have a fidget, have a stretch, get comfortable. The phrase I was trying to remember at the beginning before we all started and everything was, I can't remember the exact words, but it was basically human beings are simply made or made for simple things, and yet human beings have complicated being human, or something along that lines. And I liked it, but I was going to do that a blog based on that at some point. So look, there's Sally. She's got a drink. There's whiskey in there. Look, talk about automatic things. The moment Sally went like that, I grabbed me mug and go like that. It's a possible pattern interrupt there for people thinking towards our hypnosis things. When you do the handshake to interrupt the pattern of somebody, usually if you hold a glass up and go cheers, people automatically will raise their glass. How do you interrupt that pattern? It's not really part of tonight's, but I'm going to put it out there anyway because that's quite an interesting thought. Right, so let's get comfortable, have a stretch, have a fidget. Hmm. That's it. And we will begin as we always begin. When people are wondering why I'm waving my arms around like that now, Deborah's just messaged saying when I do that, I lose my arm, but I don't know. I'm confused. Um, so let's begin. We'll start with taking 3 deep breaths together. It's true. We'll start by taking 3 deep breaths together, and you may choose to close your eyes and relax on the first breath. You may choose to close your eyes and relax on the second breath, or you may choose to close your eyes and relax on the third breath. But whenever you choose to close your eyes and relax, all you need to do is follow my voice as you continue to relax. And as you continue to relax, you can follow my voice. So let's begin. Let's take our first deep breath in. Breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. Breathing in, hold it, breathe out. Breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. If you've not done so already, just allow your eyes to close. Just return to your natural breath. Whenever we're meditating, breathing shouldn't be forced. If you're taking a deeper breath, then it should just be comfortable. To that point where you feel resistance, and then just relaxing it out. And tell yourself, I'm going to relax. I'm going to meditate. Everyday thoughts will not distract me. Sounds round about me will not disturb me. It all just helps me relax. Just for a while, just follow your breath all the way in. Imagine you're breathing down to a point within just a few inches below the belly button, the navel. And all the way back out. And then take it a bit further to the tips of the toes. All the way out. All the way to the tips of the toes. And as you notice that, you can continue to relax. Just following your breath. In your mind's eye, imagine yourself standing upon the earth. Both feet firmly connected. And just be there. See what you're seeing, hear what you're hearing. Sense and a feel for standing there upon the earth. That's right. Now imagine as you're breathing in and out and continue to relax, that you're growing and growing taller and taller. However you do that now. And you keep growing and expanding, taller and taller. Your head passing through the clouds. And the clouds up until you find yourself like a giant standing with your feet on the earth. And your head somewhere out in space, where you can see the sun and the moon. stars and the planets. I wonder what that's like now for you, experiencing that, however you do that. And as you stand, feet firmly on the earth, your head in space looking out, just imagine the light from all the stars journeying and traveling to you and descending through the crown of your head, down through the body, through the neck, the chest. There's a column of light all the way down. Through the stomach, down through the legs, the knees, till that beam of light from all the stars travels all the way down through you. A pillar of light all the way down through the center of your being, all the way out through the earth and out the other side. Infinite beam of light. Just notice that, whatever that is now for you. That beam of light traveling from the depths of space all the way down and through you as a column of light, a pillar of light, and out through your feet, through the earth, out on into space. Now imagine another beam of light coming across to you from your left. All those stars, all that light traveling and forming and passing through your left shoulder. Another column of light traveling from your left shoulder to your right and out the other side. Out, out into the eternity of space. One beam of light descending through you. The other traveling through you from the left to the right, connecting you, the light of the universe. That's right. And now just imagine yourself reducing back down in size. Your head coming down through space, through the atmosphere, through the clouds. Bringing that light with you all the way until you find yourself standing there on the earth, back to your normal size, and yet somehow bigger and more connected. And then when you're ready to move forward, get the most from today's session, allowing that light to flow through you and out through you, then you can just slowly return And when you're ready to continue and get the most and really feel good at the end of the session, then you can gently open your eyes and be here now. Wonderful. So that meditation just popped into my head is actually, I believe, part of a meditation that used to be used by the secret magical society, the Golden Dawn. Certainly Israel Regardie wrote about it, and I can't remember whether he just wrote it in his own books, Exploring the Middle Pillar, or whether that is actually from the Golden Dawn. I've got their complete writings, so I might have to check that out, be sure. But yeah, so that's a nice start. So, as I said at the beginning, today we're going to be looking at Yoshin Kokyoho, otherwise known as Hikari no Kokyoho, um, which is a meditation technique from Reiki, which is about focusing the mind on one thing with the breath, which we've kind of done already when we were doing the gastro meditation last week, when we're focusing on the finger points. So it's taking these techniques, build on each other and help develop our concentration, our focus. So we're taking the essence of that. And every time you do Reiki meditations, you start with this. You start with this, and you would do this for, I'm going to say, a minimum of 20 minutes, really, if you're doing your self practice. 10 minutes, but 20 minutes, because this is what gets your mind into the place ready to allow yourself to be that conduit that allows the universal energy to flow. And for those of you who would have, I thought I'd done a separate workshop on it, but I can't find it. But I'll keep looking. The purpose of this meditation today is it's the first meditation really that brings in the actual, I'm going to say, imagining or visualizing of energy into the process. And it's a very simple technique. All the Reiki meditations are simple. But we're drawing in, that's why we started with energy today. We're drawing in energy. Energy is absorbed through, mostly through the breath. In kind of in the West, we kind of go, oh, imagine it coming down through the head and coming through you that way. However, if you go back to traditional Japanese teaching, that's not how energy enters the body. And as it's a Japanese technique, it makes sense to kind of come at it from their angle. So as we're breathing in, we're breathing in energy through the nostrils, and we're bringing it down a nice steady deep breaths, but comfortably deep. Again, not like to the point where you're having to force your lungs and everything out. So just comfortable deep breaths, and we're drawing the energy in through the nose, and however you picture it, however you want to imagine it. Some people just focus on the color of the breath and the idea that that is, and it is, bringing energy in. Some people, it helps to visualize it as a white light, so you can do that. Some people use the sound of the breath as the kind of the energy making that sound as it draws in and carries on. But the practice complete, and we're drawing it down. It helps if I tell you where you're drawing it down to. I've mentioned before the Hara, the Dantian. I'm sure it's certainly in the Three Diamonds workshop that I've posted up in our Facebook group. That goes into that quite a lot more, so I don't want to go into it too much here. But there's three energy centers within traditional Japanese energy healing. The first one is the Hara, the Dantian, and that's about a couple of inches below the navel. The temptation is you imagine it's just at skin level, but it's not, because it's actually about an inch away from the spine. So it's down a bit and then in a bit. And you kind of, as you work with this, you kind of start getting a feel for where it actually is. a technique that was taught to me by a Tai Chi teacher is another thing you can do is if you form a triangle like that with those point between your thumbs. Um, I'm going to put it there on my nose. Um, with the point between your thumbs at the belly button, then exactly in the middle of that inverted triangle is where the Dantian is, and you just because Tai Chi and Qigong all work with the energy centers, three energy centers. Um, so that's another way you can do it. Just form that triangle and then just imagine coming in till you're about an inch away from the spine, and that's where that energy center sits. So we're breathing in, or imagine bringing that energy in, and that's coming from everywhere and everything, because everything is energy. Um, and it's not, there isn't this energy and that energy. Reiki energy is not different to any other energy that's talked about in spirituality and the world. Energy is just energy. So we're breathing it in into the hara. I prefer the word hara to dantian. I've never gotten that word. Don't know why it's what it's called, but hara I prefer means center. Breathing it into that center. And then on the out breath, you imagine that energy expanding out, filling your body and pushing out through your skin. So you're breathing in, and as you breathe out, you expand it out of the body, through the skin in all directions, and into your surroundings. And then you repeat that from anything from 5 minutes to half an hour is recommended. With this, if you're really nailing it and you're not quite used to it, you can feel a little lightheaded and fuzzy. Um, if you do that, just stop for the day. It's not a problem. It's not anything to worry about, but it's just advised that as you're learning it, if you do sometimes get a bit lightheaded and fuzzy as you're practicing it, then stop that practice for the day. If you want to take it as you've taken enough energy on board for today, then that's fine. Like I say, it's not something to worry about, but it is just that if you start getting a bit lightheaded, then you've hit the point to stop for that session. If you carry on, the likelihood is you're probably going to feel a bit dizzy when you stand up, and I mean that's not really an issue, but you don't really want to be lightheaded when you stand up because sometimes you can wobble. So the full practice, you would start with um, Gasho to center the mind and the intent. That's the technique we looked at last time with our eyes closed. You may or may not choose to recite the precepts, which is just for today. Do not anger, do not worry, be humble, be honest in your work, be compassionate to others and yourself, or a variation on that theme. There are many variations on that. And this is used to focus our minds. The actual full technique is used to focus our minds, clear the meridians, and to build energy in that center. So it's a really good. I mean, you're not going to instantly kind of do it the first time and and have all your energy pathways cleared and whatever. It's an ongoing process. But if you practice a bit of this every day, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, you're working the flow of energy through your body, and a little bit like water pushing through a channel. It doesn't happen all at once. It just slowly pushes until bits and pieces fall away, and then it can flow more freely. And that's what this is basically doing. It's clearing the energy system so energy can flow through you more naturally and more easily. So we shall do it. I'll run it through again. We're going to spend a little while in Gasso, just focusing, just to recap on that middle finger point, just all attention on that with our gentle breathing. We'll do that for a few minutes. And then the hands can fall down and just be palm up. So if you're in it, like I'm in an armchair at the moment, so they've naturally just fallen onto the arms of the chair. If you're at a desk, maybe you just want to rest them on the desk so they're pointing up. Again, make sure they're comfortable. Or if you're sat and you can have them just rest comfortably in your lap. Um, wherever they naturally fall. But palms up. Is that all clear before we begin? Yeah? Fabulous. So have a fidget, get comfortable. And we'll begin by just bringing the hands up into Gasso, into the prayer position like this. Allowing the eyes to close. Focusing on the tips of the fingers, the middle fingers. Just for a while, keep your attention on the fingertips. And in silence, just breathing. And just focusing the attention. If it drifts, don't worry, bring it back to the point of focus. Allowing your mind to settle. Just for today, do not anger. Just for today, do not. Just for today, be humble. Just for today, be honest in your work. Just for today, be compassionate to yourself and to others. Kyoto Kewa, Akulana, Shinpai Suna, Kanshashite, Gyoho Agemi, Hito ni Shinsetsu ni. As you gently allow your hands to sink to the lap or somewhere comfortable in front of you, bring your attention down your spine to the hara, that center, that energy center, just about an inch in front of the spine and an inch and a half below the belly button. Again, just hold your focus there. If it drifts, just bring it back. Imagine you're breathing in, because by imagining it, you will be. And also, every time you breathe in, you're breathing in energy. So breathing that energy in, however you imagine that. Slow, deep breathing down into the hara, down the center, breathing in through the nostrils, down the spine, filling that center with energy. And as you breathe out, Imagine that light expanding out in all directions through you and out into the room around you. In through the nostrils, that energy all the way down, filling that center. And then expanding out through the body, through the skin, and out into the room about you. And continue on with Yoshin Kokyoho. When we do this, we can't force the energy. We can't direct it with our will. When we breathe in, we naturally breathe it into that center. When we expand it out, the out breath just pushes it out. It's as if your mind follows it on its journey into the center and follows it out. Continue on a little longer. It's not unusual when practicing this technique to become aware of different sensations, sometimes like pulses or trembles. Becoming aware of the palms of the hands getting warmer or tingling. And usually, if we feel kind of a tremor or pulse like feeling, that's the energy just working on a place where there's maybe some sort of restriction, something in the way of that energy flowing. And by doing this exercise, you're allowing the natural energy of the universe to flow into you, to start clearing those pathways within the body that the energy flows through. If at any time you feel lightheaded, you can just stop. Just a little while longer. And in Reiki, there is no distance between us. There is only energy. All things are energy, and even science backs that up now. And if we're all just part of one energy field, then we are all connected, we are all one. So just imagine that someone joins you in the room and you realize it's you, another you. Maybe an aspect of yourself that's been struggling recently or that you've been finding difficult. Or maybe it's just you. As you continue breathing in that flow of energy, it flows out from you, filling the space around you and enveloping that other you in that light, that energy, bathing them in that light. The energy of the universe is love because all things are in relation. That light, that energy flows down into the center, into your hara, radiates out from that, filling your body, radiating out into the space around you and bathing that other you in that light. And that other you leaves the space. And somebody that you know, somebody you care about, somebody you love joins you in that place. I don't know who that is, but as they join you, continue focusing, breathing in that energy into the hara, allowing it to radiate out, filling you into the room round about you, and bathing and enveloping that person you love, that you care about, in that wonderful radiant light. That's right. As that person leaves, somebody else steps forward and joins you. Someone who you kind of know. Maybe you don't know their name. Maybe you see them in your local shop. Just somebody you're aware of. Maybe a busker you see regularly in the street. Maybe you don't know their name. They represent themselves, but also all strangers, all friends we have yet to meet. Just allow that energy to flow into you, into the hara. And as you breathe out, it fills your body, radiates out in all directions and bathes them in that light, that energy. That's right. And that person leaves. Somebody else joins you, somebody who maybe you've found difficult or you're struggling with a bit at the moment. They come and sit with you. And again, you're breathing in, focusing on that center, on the hara. Energy flowing in and flowing out on the out breath, filling your body, radiating out through your skin, filling the space around you and bathing them in that energy. That's right, sending that light. That person leaves. You slowly and gently bring your hands back up into the prayer position. But today, do not anger. But today, do not worry. But today, be humble. Today, be honest in your work. And for today, be compassionate to yourself and to others. Bring your attention back to that fingertip point. The thing with Reiki is comes a point where you realize all the time you breathe in and out, you're breathing in energy and breathing it out. So you're never not connected to that flow of energy. And that energy is you. You are it. And we are it. And so slowly begin to allow yourself to return back. Coming back to this time and place. And when you're ready to take that energy and that way of working with it, that way of breathing, that focus of mind, I really do recommend practicing it daily. It helps get the energy shifting in the body. When you're ready to return, bringing everything you've gained with you back to feel good and have a good week, then you can just open your eyes. Be here. Be here now.